Blessings, friends. It's Maya here with an astrology update. On June 21st, we have a summer solstice full moon in the hardworking, disciplined, and structured sign of Capricorn at 1 degree. Those who have planets in cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, as well as those who have planets around 1 degree, will likely feel the effects of this full moon the most. A full moon is when the sun and the moon are opposite in the sky, creating some kind of peak, culmination point, or release. Capricorn is an earth sign filled with ambitious, responsible, and persistent energy. This sign also rules the teeth, hair, nails, and joints of the body. On a positive level, this full moon can be humorous, ambitious, and responsible. On a negative level, this full moon can be pessimistic, argumentative, and manipulative. You can look towards the new moon in Capricorn back in January to see what seeds were planted then that are culminating for you now. This is also a great lunation to celebrate hard work, achievements, especially those of last winter from the last winter solstice, and create new goals and practical structure for the winter season up ahead. Themes of this Capricorn full moon can include work, career, structures, authority, tradition, leadership, public image, status, and achievements. The ruler of this full moon is Saturn, the planet of order and discipline. With this lunation at 1 degree, there can be a release point or simply deep internal reflections that bring about revelations specifically correlated to our reality and current structures in our life. We have this full moon opposing the sun in Cancer. Naturally, with this opposition, we may see tension between our emotional security versus our physical security. It can be of importance at this time to develop a deeper sense of inner authority, taking control of our life and being practical about what's in control versus what is not. The full moon is opposing Venus, the planet of love and beauty, who just went invisible into the heart of the sun, rebirthing in the underworld. When Venus is invisible and being aspected, it can signify difficulty with her themes until she's reborn again and separated from the rays of the sun. Thus, there may be some oppositional challenges in love, beauty, relationships, or money in Capricorn-like ways at the time of this full moon. We also have the full moon in Capricorn opposing Mercury, the planet of communication in the sign of Cancer. This can mean being sensitive around communication and vulnerable topics, especially related to the home and family. The full moon is squaring Neptune at the 29th anaretic degree, creating a critical focal point emphasizing any illusions or addictions that we may have that need to be released, or any dreams we have that need us to make practical shifts or require hard work going forward. We also have this lunation loosely trining Uranus and Taurus, which can bring sudden practical changes when we put in the Capricorn hard work and implement the structures needed. We can suddenly achieve those breakthroughs in goal settings. Questions to ask ourselves during this Capricorn full moon: what blockages in regards to our work, career, or home can we consciously release at this time? How can we incorporate better focus and discipline in a specific area of our life? How can we tap into deeper layers of emotional security? How can we tap into deeper layers of physical security? How can we be practical when it comes to attaining our goals and dreams? How can we tend to any healing of the joints, skin, teeth, or hair? How can we go about embracing our inner authority in an authentic manner at this time? What practical approaches can we strategize in regards to our goals? How can we recognize our achievements, both little and small, on a mind, body, and soul level? Where might we be too rigid, inflexible, or stern in our life? And how can we reflect on what our goals might be going ahead into the winter solstice? What area of life will this be happening for you based upon your rising sign? For Aries rising, this full moon is happening in your 10th house. This could be an ending or a release around career, public image, reputation, status, authority, leadership, and achievement. For Taurus rising, this full moon is happening in your 9th house. This could be an ending or a release around long distance travel, higher learning, belief systems, philosophies, and publishing and teaching. For Gemini rising, this full moon is happening in your 8th house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point around shared resources, shared money, investments, inheritances, loans, taxes, as well as deep bonds and sex and the occult. For Cancer rising, this full moon is happening in your 7th house. This can be an ending, release, or culmination point in regards to personal relationships, business relationships, contracts, marriages, negotiations, agreements, and legal documents. For Leo rising, this full moon will be happening in your 6th house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with one's health, work, employment, daily routine, diet, exercise, as well as pets and animals. For Virgo rising, this full moon will be happening in your 5th house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with creativity, romance, children, celebrations, joy, hobbies, or small businesses. For Libra rising, this full moon will be happening in your 4th house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with home, family, property, inner security, as well as ancestral lineage. For Scorpio rising, this full moon will be happening in your 3rd house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with communication, one's online persona, short form writing, local community, neighborhood, local travel, as well as extended family and siblings. For Sagittarius rising, this full moon will be happening in your 2nd house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with one's income, how you make money, physical possessions, self-esteem, and values. For Capricorn rising, this full moon will be happening in your 1st house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with one's self, identity, physical body, outward appearance, and new endeavors. For Aquarius rising, this full moon will be happening in your 12th house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with the unseen realms, the subconscious, mental health, self-undoing, spirituality, and the dream world. And last but not least, for Pisces rising, this full moon will be happening in your 11th house. This could be an ending, release, or culmination point having to do with large groups of people, friendships, organizations, clubs, networks, and future hopes and wishes. Full moon in Capricorn, blessings, and summer solstice blessings to you all.